Peace. Welcome to the channel. Today is our first YouTube channel on our couples channel. The channel is going to be
What?
first video. It's going to be called Rye and Jess, and we're just excited to just open up, a platform for us to share our experiences with other people and see if it connects and can help anybody in any way or form. So.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a while, but if you follow either one of us, we have a lot of things going on. But just a little background, if you found us organically and you don't know anything about us, my name is Jessie. This is my partner, Rashawn. We've been together for about 2 years, and we do a lot of different things. So he owns and operates a digital marketing company, and together we own and operate a Alkaline plant-based meal prep company, and we do a lot of other things too. So I have my own podcast on YouTube called Holistic Intuition, where we discuss basically anything that has to do with the human experience. But we really wanted to make a couple channel because we're not your average couple. We're not your average people. We're very intentional. We're very accountable, and the way we operate in our relationship is nothing like I've ever experienced before. And that's not just like with other partners. I've never had an example like us. We both can say we've never really seen a healthy romantic relationship. So yeah, we just wanted to really make this channel to share our experiences and be open and honest about what it means to be in partnership. Because a lot of us want these certain outcomes when we look at other couples or we look at anyone. Oh, I want that. But we haven't earned that to get to that place. So we want to show you how we've earned
our relationship and all the things that we do to maintain our relationship in a healthy way. Mm-hmm. Our communication, the way we check in with each other, the way we speak to one another, the way we communicate, right? Just the way we, care for one another, and the way we are patient with our growth in our relationship, and just understanding all the different dynamics that comes with the relationship. So, I feel like it's just a lot to learn when it comes to relationships. And, it's a lot of people on YouTube doing relationship, videos and stuff like that. But, I feel like we just are a unique couple, and we have something different to offer. So, we want to, share, our, light that we can on different topics that we feel that, we can, add value to. So, we're just excited to, upload on this channel and see where the universe takes us. And yeah, it's just, this channel is not going to be just like this channel where it's like lectures and all of that stuff. It's just going to be more personable. You ladies and gentlemen are going to get to know our personality types. You're going to get to know, just like how...
Just actual things that happen. Like, I want certain things... Our relationship is very sacred, so I'm not one to overshare, but there's certain things that I feel that the collective could benefit from hearing a man and a woman's perspective at the same time.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, if we go through a certain imbalance in the day, right, we can be like, okay, this is what was brought up, this was on the surface, this was what the underlying root issue was, and this is how we communicated and just loved our way through it.
Right.
So it could be that. There's a lot of things we want to talk about. We want to talk about how to cultivate non-physical intimacy, because a lot of times we think of intimacy as just sex, and there's a lot of other things behind that. What are you laughing at?
No, I was just thinking, like, we could even, like, add cooking on this job. Put a little cooking recipe, because we be in the kitchen. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So we can throw some listen, we gonna...
And whatever you guys want to see, let us know in the comments. If there's certain things you want to hear about, there's certain things you want to see, there's certain topics you want us to go into. If you have questions for us, let us know. But we definitely want to talk about some lighter topics and deeper topics too, because there is no way you can have a meaningful partnership if you don't go through certain things. If you are ignoring your inner child, if you're ignoring shadow work, if you're ignoring the ego, it's going to show up in your relationship. So those are some things we want to talk about. We want to talk about family dynamics with relationships. There's a whole lot we want to discuss that is a part of our conversations all the time. So today we wanted to just make it light though and fun and talk about how we met. So you wanna start it off, or you want me to?
No, I can start it off. So, it was a casual day, and me and my twin, we went to the park to go play basketball, and at that time I injured myself. I had hurt my ankle or something like that. So I seen Jessie running around we was at this park, and I seen her. It was a track at the park, and right near the track was a basketball court, and it was like 2 full courts over there, and a lot of people was running. So I was at the park for probably like an hour, 2 hours just playing basketball, and I finally just got tired and I injured my ankle. So I went over there to go get some water, and I seen Jessie running around the track, and by the time I got injured, she was sitting down in the grass. And I saw her and I was just like, damn! Like she caught my attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was just looking beautiful, her red hat, you feel what I'm saying? She had her hair in a ponytail, she was looking all cute. And I saw her and I was like, okay, looking solid. And it's crazy because she has a nose ring, and I never really noticed it anymore, but that was one of the first things I noticed was her hat and her nose piercing. I was like,
you noticed my nose piercing from far away, or when you got closer? Just
like period, just like it was just your aesthetics. Like when I look at your face, I notice your nose piercing. I just love that. And I liked her piercing or whatever. So I'm getting water, and like where I could see her at the water fountain through a fence. And it was like, I was like debating on whether I wanted to go over there and talk to her or not. I was like drinking water. I'm like, should I do it? Nah, I ain't gonna. You know what I mean? Then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go talk to her. And right as I was getting ready to go talk to her, some old head came up, some white old head came up, and he was talking.
He was white, but he was definitely old.
Whatever he was probably
like
dad, 40, 50 something. And he like talking to her, and I hear his conversation. I'm just like, this nigga talking some bullshit. But I'm gonna wait for him to get done what he doing, and I'm gonna go over there. So then I'm like, he ended up taking he didn't take long, but I just kind of looked away, and I was looking at the basketball court. Then by the time I turned back around, I'm like, oh, alright, she ain't nobody there. I start walking again. Another guy starts talking to her. So this the second time I even try to attempt to go over there, and somebody already talking to her. And I'm just like, bro, these niggas is not talking about anything. He asking her about the gym or something that didn't bullshit. Matter. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And then I think it was one more guy that came up to her.
No, that was before. So it was a day. I'm gonna get into my version when you're done, but there was one guy that came before. He was real creepy. He was following me low key. And then that was before though. And then the 2 guys came when you was trying to come.
Right.
So I was just like, bro, can I get a break? I'm just trying to, you're just trying to be at the park. You're just trying to chill. And it's like, a lot of women can relate. Like you just trying to do your own thing. And it's like everyone bothering you, bro. And it's like no one's bringing you any insightful, meaningful conversation. It's not like these men were asking me interesting questions or had something interesting to bring. It was just some bullshit of them being flirty and,
It was whatever.
You
feel me? So
the 2 guys, they come, they leave.
So by the time all that happened, I walked over there, and I think I gave her a compliment. I was like, what did I say? I think I asked I was like, hey, I thought you was beautiful. You mind if I can sit down and talk to you or whatever? And she was like, like she gave me that little stink face, like, oh no.
It wasn't a stink face.
Like she was like, wasn't really friendly type, like, I don't know, like, and I'm like, She said I kinda did, so I sat down and she was like giving me like, some time of the day, some time of her day. And I'm sitting down, I'm talking to her, and I'm just like thinking about like how I'm gonna speak to her. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, and at this time, I feel like I was going through a lot through my life where I was really looking for like someone to really talk to. You know what I'm saying? And clearly she was attractive, but I was really looking for someone to talk to. It wasn't really something that was just going to be based around sex. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting down there and I'm talking to her, and then I realized like she was like not really feeling what I was saying like for the first 10 seconds, first 15 seconds. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I was going through a typical approach. Oh, this, that, just questions that was not meaningful. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, all right, I see she not on that type time. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of, and I'm the type of person where I'm typically would not even go up to a girl or a woman and really talk like that, but I just feel like it's just so common for most people that I meet in my experience to not have any depth. So I try to meet them at a certain level, like, all right, let me start here to see where they at, and then I can go deeper or I can build more. So I started like that, and she was like, I'm not like that at all. I'm deep. Now she didn't say that verbatimly. She didn't say that verbally, but her energy was giving me that. So that's when I relaxed, and I just started like being myself. I was already myself, but I started really speaking how I would speak to like a friend, someone I just met. Someone I knew before. And I was talking to her, and that's when everything started to change. I seen her demeanor start to change. I seen like she just became more like interested in the conversation. And we were just sitting there and we was talking, and we was talking for like it was in the summertime. So this was like, summer, this fall. It was fall.
It was like the border.
It's like border fall, summer, September. It's in September, so we just getting off of the summertime.
Yeah.
So it's still where the sun is up for a long time before it goes down. So it go down probably like 7:30, 8 o'clock or whatever. So at the time when we started talking, it had to be like 6 something, whatever. And by the time we was done talking, it was nighttime.
Like it was dark.
And
we was talking for like 1 to 2 hours, I would say.
It was dark.
And if you know me, you know I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to give a random guy an hour or 2 hours of my time. You're lucky if I give you 5 minutes. So that's an ode to how much I enjoyed the conversation. Because that typical kind of conversation when a guy comes up and he hits on you and everything is it's just very typical. Everything is very typical. It's like, where are you from? What do you do? It's like boring, bro. I don't want to talk about that shit. I don't even know you. You don't need to know where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how most people communicate. It's very surface level. So yeah, once he relaxed, it was like, it just fit. It just flowed.
Yeah, it flowed. So we was talking for a minute. Like I said, it was nighttime. And like I said, I came to the park with my brother. So my brother, he was still playing basketball this whole entire time until it was nighttime. He actually came over and was like, bro, what's going on? Like, I'm ready to leave type. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up exchanging, contacts on Instagram, and she followed me. And just after that day, bro, I just was like damn, like I really enjoyed talking to her. Like that was a cool vibe, and I didn't really, this is the first time you talking to somebody. You don't really know them like that. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't really know her like that, but it was just different than the typical woman that I'm around, or girls that I was around at that time. So I just remember it like I'm a you know how it is. You hit them up and you don't get a response. So I was like, I'm gonna wait to hit Jessie back on Instagram, right? And I was like, I waited like a couple of days, right? And I was like, all right, I'm about to message her or whatever. And she messaged me. And wait, let me go back just a little bit. She was telling me the first time we met, I don't want nothing else. I just want to be friends. Like, I don't want nothing else.
Let me explain.
Like, straight up. Like, she was straight up. Like, those women that's like, they just tired of shit. They just straight up like, nah, you only getting friends.
And nothing I really did mean that. I really did. I'm not the type of woman that's going to be like, oh, we can be friends with some flirty shit. Like, no. If I say I want to be friends, I want to be friends. Because At that point in my life, you know, I had been in at the time what I would consider serious for who I was. I had had some serious long-term relationships, and then at that point in my life, you know, I had seen a few people casually, but I was just kind of feeling like nothing was making me excited at all. Nothing was really like doing what it needed to do. And I was just focusing a lot on myself during that time. That was like right at the time where I really had my first awakening in this matrix. You know, I really started to feel things and understand life more. That's very broad, but if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And so at that point, I really was just like, all right, you know what, I'm just gonna really just focus on myself, focus on my healing, on the things that are coming up in my life that I know I need to put more emphasis on. And so even though we had this great, meaningful conversation, I had said up front, like, I'm not looking for anything. I'm not the type of person that has casual sex, so that obviously was not on the table. And I wasn't interested in a relationship. And
Like nothing.
That's what it was. But after we had the conversation, even though it was just an initial meetup thing, whatever, it excited. I felt something different in me. I felt this excitement that I hadn't felt in a long time. And I could feel that he felt a certain way about it too. So when he didn't message me, I was kind of like, that's I was like, that never happens to me. I always, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't happen. I'm not trying to sound a certain way. That just doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? I can feel when people are into my energy, they're gonna message me. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. So I messaged him just like a real brief thing, like, you know, I really enjoyed our conversation, something like that.
Yeah, she messaged me and was like, yeah, I just enjoyed it. And when she sent that message, I was in the bathroom and I was talking today, like, bro, she want me. She want me. She want me.
That's his twin.
I was like, bro, she fucking me, bro. I'm telling you, bro. She's on all this not friend shit. Listen, I'm not on that type time. I'm not on no, like, manipulative, trying to play games type shit.
Right.
I ain't on that type time. You feel what I'm saying? Been there, been through that. I ain't doing it again. You feel me? So I'm just like, listen, we can just be friends. But I'm like, bro, she feeling me, bro. And she sent me this message. When the message, I'm like, see, bro, I'm telling you, feeling me, bro. She feeling me. And yeah, after that, it was off. You know.
And then we had our first real, like, date type thing. Because at that point, I still hadn't said, like, I want anything more. But it was, but it was a date. It felt like a date. We met at the same park that we initially met at, and we had a paint date, and it was just magnificent. At that point in my life, because of all the situations I had been in regarding men, when I look back, I know I can feel how much of a guard I had. So at that point in my life, I could definitely, when I look back, I know I had a lot of blockages and a major guard up with men, and that's just what it was, you know. So it's like, even though, let me backtrack. So we had our paint date, right? And even though I had a major guard up, it was spectacular. Okay, it was just like so comfortable. He made it so comfortable. He was like the perfect balance for me of how I want someone to be assertive and let it be known what they're feeling, but he was not pushy at all. I can't stand that pushy aggressiveness with men. It's like, bro, I don't even know you yet. Yeah, we had a great conversation, but if you be an OD, I'm out. So he was gentle. You know, he did this one move and I was like, bro, he nice. He nice with it. We're sitting opposite like this, right? And we painting. And my shit was looking a little fucked up.
Yeah, she was a little disappointed. She was like, look at mine. Like,
I don't paint. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to paint. Like, I just do it for fun and just to be creative and all that. So I was like, my shit ain't looking too good.
She was like, look at mine.
So he was like, all right, let me come over and help you. So he comes and sits next to me. You know, he still gives a little distance so he wasn't like all over me. And he very gently but firmly took my hand on top like this, and he started painting with me. And I was feeling it. I was like, yo, I told this guy I want to be friends, but I'm not feeling friends anymore. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it was just exciting because people don't excite me very often, especially just a lot of men. They operate in very stereotypical, patriarchal, sexist ways. That's just what it is. You know, it's rare to find a man, right, that isn't in the conditioning. So he just excited me, and it wasn't just that excitement, but later on we found out things about ourselves. But he gave me, since the beginning, such a feeling of comfortability, of trust that I had never felt with anyone. Like, I actually have the next episode of Holistic Intuition, my personal podcast. I'm going to be talking about green flags and red flags and how you discern between the two and what it feels like in your body. And he was the perfect example of what a green flag is. Yes, I had my own blockages, so I had my own anxiety, but beyond me, he made me feel extremely comfortable and safe and protected, and it was just different. So we had our amazing paint day.
Yeah.
And then our second date, we went to Venice Beach.
Oh, yeah.
And that shit was different. Go ahead, yeah.
That day was crazy.
It was crazy day.
That was a crazy day. You feel what I'm saying? Because the first two times, well, not the first two times, Babe was always looking good. You feel what I'm saying? She always looked good. She looked good right now. You feel what I'm saying? But that third day when we went to the beach, boy, that day was crazy. I was like, she picked me up, and we went to the little store, grabbed that little stuff we wanted to do at the beach. You feel me? And she came with her shorts on, and like, I didn't listen, Babe. It was a crazy day. So I saw it, I was like, damn, you look good, babe. Like, she was just looking so good. You feel me? So, I was already excited to see, now we going to the beach, like, we gonna get in the water, like, it's a vibe. So, we get to the beach, and, bro, it was just crazy. That whole entire experience was crazy. Mm-hmm. And it just happens all the time now. Before, that was, like, very, like, the things that happened was so new. It's like, I've never experienced that before. Like, we went on the beach, we smoked it. Well, we didn't smoke yet. We went on the beach.
We went in the water.
We went in the water. We talked, like, for an hour, just sitting in the sand on our towels, and we was just chatting and getting to know each other even more. And then after that, we took a little walk, along the Venice Beach, and it was just mad people coming up to us like, oh my God, you guys are such a beautiful couple. Like,
we had three strangers.
Well, in different places.
Come up to us randomly. Not like, oh, we talked, like, randomly. It wasn't random, but at the time it felt random. They just coming up to us like, oh, you guys are such a beautiful couple, or, oh, you look so in love. I'm just like, bro, what is God trying to tell me right now? Because we getting the sign. I know how I feel. I've never felt this way in my life. Now I'm getting all these random strangers coming up to us. And it was just how we were operating. Yeah. Like, if you know me...
She was on a cloud.
I am not one to give anything too fast. Yeah. And that could be anything. That could be holding hands. That could be a kiss. That could be hugging me a certain way. None of that. Until I feel comfortable, you're not getting none of that. None of it. So I was operating very out of my norm with him. We were walking down the thing, holding hands, and he was taking pictures of us, and it was like, it felt like we was already a couple.
Was on vacation or something.
Literally, I mean, that's what they thought.
You know what I'm saying? Though he was married or something. Not married because we so young, but I'm like, damn, they must have been together type. You know what I'm saying? But it was just funny because her whole thing was like, I'm not this type of person. I'm not that type of person. I'm just like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, listen, it's my magic, man. It's just how it's my energy. You feel what I'm saying? She's just like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? So, but she's really like that though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like she's not quick to friend people. She's not quick to make, impulsive decisions. Like she's not one of those types of people. She will literally think something out for a while. She would, contemplate it over, numerous days to really see if she wanted to do something or not. So when she was saying that at first, I kind of was like,
you didn't know me yet, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like a lot of people say shit like that.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? But I still respect her, but I wasn't like, oh yeah, right. But I was just like, okay, you feel me? But as we're in a relationship now, I understand exactly what she's saying. Mm-hmm. She said that now. I mean, back then. But yeah, that was.
We spent the day in Venice. Then, at that time, we were Alkaline. I was plant-based, and he wasn't yet. Mm-hmm. But he was open to trying stuff. So we went to my favorite taco place at the time, Hugo's, and we took that up to this spot in the valley, which is it has a beautiful scenery of basically all of LA. And so we went up there, and it just felt like the whole day was just magical, honestly. Like, it was just literally like I was finding a person that was so similar to me that just when you find someone that is truly your match, you don't have to over-explain certain things. No. And yes, we've come a long way. But it's always felt like a puzzle piece. Mutual. That we just came together and it fits so perfectly. And like I said, we've known each other in a lot of other lifetimes. So now that I know certain things spiritually, it doesn't surprise me that I felt that way and that he felt that way. But in the moment, when you've never felt that feeling before, that knowing, when you're with a person that you're meant to be with, whether that be platonically or romantically or whatever, that feeling is very wild, like, to say the least.
Yeah, it's just like it's just like it was just so magical and enjoyable. Like it's just something you never want to let go type. Mm-hmm. It was like you don't need to get on your cell phone. You don't need to it was never no awkwardness. It was nothing. It was just flow. The whole entire day was like. It's something like if you went out and one of your friends went out, they went to go hang out with someone, and they just was gone for the whole entire day. Literally. Never text you, never said anything. You just is something wrong? Like, what's going on? Like, it was like we was from the time from early, because you gotta go to the beach early.
Probably noon or something. Bro, picked you up.
Early, 12 o'clock, late to 1 to 9 o'clock, bro. We was out for real. You feel me? And the whole day we was just floating, you feel me? It was just everything was just spectacular, you feel me? So it was crazy. And then after that I left, it was like, bro, I ain't never had nothing like this in my life, bro. I never had anybody that I could say I enjoyed. And I'm just speaking as a man, you feel what I'm saying? Because I used to operate in the mindset of I didn't really care about the woman's personality more than I cared about her physical appearance. Her physical appearance meant more than her, personality to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? And once I met Jessie, it was like her personality was just. It was like I said, we didn't have to over-explain things. You know what I'm saying? Like we just could vibrate on the same frequency. You know what I'm saying? And really enjoy each other's company. You know what I'm saying? And I just love how deep she was, how much depth she had, how we actually could really connect. We ain't had to talk about topics that I genuinely cared about, you know what I'm saying, or things that just didn't mean anything. It was just whatever, you talk. Some people just have whatever conversations, So I just feel like all the conversations we had, all the intimacy we had, all the moments we had.
And intimacy doesn't just mean sex, I'm not one to give my body very freely.
We didn't have sex.
So it's we're not talking about, the first night it was magic because we had sex. No, we didn't have sex. That's not me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So the intimacy that we created was because we were so present with each other. It was the affection. It was the conversation. You know, like he said, we both have Scorpio placements. We both love getting deep. We like exploring the depths of life instead of just staying at this in the shallow end. So yeah, it was just magical. And then from there, it just kept going. And it was like, it was just divine timing because he was going through a lot in his life and I was going through a lot, but in different ways. And we always say, I did a lot of manifesting. I did a lot of writing down specifically, very specific, what I wanted in my partner. And he met and exceeded everything that I had on my list. I would journal about it. This is what I want. These are the things that make me feel good. And so it's like when I met him, he was exactly what I needed. And at that point in his life, romance was the last thing he was focused on. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
There was a lot of other things that were going on. So it's like he was what I needed. And
I always tell her she was what I didn't know I needed.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know how much I needed her. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like Jessie was like a breath of fresh air. You feel me? And she was just like someone that you could learn from. You know, and I've always been a person that can teach someone something. I'm always giving, and that's one of my personality traits that I had to, you know, balance out a little bit because I was a little on one spectrum too much. And I was always giving. So Jessie, she just gave to me so many things, just even in just a conversation. But, you know, I just feel like she was just someone that I could actually build with. You know, every time we hung out, we built. Every time and it's like this now. Every day we hang out, we get stronger and more connected. Our relationship is never boring. Our relationship is never dead. Our relationship is never stale. We always are enjoying each other's company, even if it's the littlest thing ever, bro. We literally get excitement just for little things. You know what I'm saying?
Just playing cards in the home with our little family, our cats, and just like it could be anything. It could be anything. We just love being with each other. Like it just all, like I said, it just always felt like that perfect puzzle. Like it just fits together. You don't have to maneuver anything, and like no, the only thing we had to change was our own conditioning, our ego, the things that get in the way of romance.
Right.
But I'm a completely different person than I was when we first met, and so is he. And honestly, just being, and at the time he was living with his twin, and like I said, I had a lot of blockages with men, a lot of lack of trust. And being around him and Day, his twin, was extremely healing for me. Not because of anything that was done externally, it was more just energetically, just being in their home, doing things together, just feeling protection, feeling cared for, feeling these things, but from a man, and even like I said, even from his brother in a different way. It wasn't romantically, but I felt like being around Day was very healing for me. You know, like Day looked out for me. It wasn't just like, you know, there's a lot of fucked up brothers that would do it, you know, all types of shit. Day's not like that, you know what I'm saying? It was the little things that I always was like, damn, I really appreciate that Day looking out for me like that, you know? So that's the short version, yeah. But we got a lot to share. You know, I love talking about how we met because it always just makes us smile and just takes us, it time travels us to those emotions, those feelings, those thoughts that we were having at that time in our life, and just how much we both were yearning for more in different ways. And just how that call was answered by Source and is answered every day. You know, a relationship, you don't just choose it once, you know what I'm saying? You choose it every day. You choose how you want to communicate, how you want to love, how you want to listen. Everything is a choice.
How you want to share.
Everything. So we appreciate y'all for listening to our story, and we super excited to just be vulnerable with you guys and just be, you know, like share ourselves And
story times, whatever y'all
story
want.
times.
They got the story time. Listen, our stories is crazy. I just want to let y'all know we got some crazy stories together.
We do got some.
We create movies all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like all the time.
We know that if you on this type time, if you on this vibration, a lot of the things we talk about will resonate with you, especially if you in partnership or you're looking to be in partnership. Because really all the things that we're going to talk about, you first have to have within. We're always searching for this in partnership, but if we don't have those qualities within, we're missing the bigger picture. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let us know in the comments what you want to see, if there's certain topics or questions you have for us. And yeah, is there anything else you want to say?
Nah, ain't nothing else I want to say, but I just want to say I appreciate anybody that tuned into this video today. I appreciate anybody that clicks the link that I may send to you, because you know this is the beginning stage of this journey on our YouTube channel, and we appreciate all the constant support. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the shares, all the likes, all the subscribers. We appreciate everybody. We give immense gratitude for anyone who, you know, enjoys our content, you know, and we look forward to just being, you know, a mirror for, you know, what we feel like a healthy relationship is, what we feel like healthy dialogue is, what we feel like true love is, you know. And yeah, that's really it. So peace and love to everybody that's watching this video, and we're gonna see you in the next one. Peace.